Hey everyone, I hope you're doing well. So I'm a little bit later this week, but it's all good. So let me know if you have any questions, if you need healing, or if you would like a soul message. I have my cards out here. Make sure to say your name. I am on Restream and I don't see your name in Facebook. But one of the questions I was thinking about talking about today while I'm waiting for people to join is, how do we take care of ourselves? This seems like a really basic question, but how do we take care of ourselves? Most of the time, like when I was sick, I'd go see doctors and take medicine. That was my idea of taking care of myself, is looking outside myself for answers. But how we really take care of ourselves is by marching to our own drummer, if you will, that deeper voice within us, our intuition, our gut instincts, and really trusting ourselves. A lot of times we don't trust ourselves because we've been taught not to trust ourselves. So we're all getting rid of all that head trash, all those stories, all those habits that aren't serving us, and really diving into who we really are, this perfect spirit. I see some people joining in. Let me know if you have any questions, if you need a healing, a soul message. This is pretty much your time in my two groups, Beyond Head Trash and Relief from Chronic Illness. I just finished two healing sessions in the row. Usually I don't do that. So people ask me if healing drains me. It's like, no, it's really hard for me to sleep if I do healing sessions too late. It energizes me to feel all this energy pouring through me. When I'm in a healing session, I feel lots of heat typically when I'm directing this energy into another. So let me, if you know, I see some people watching. Don't be shy. Ask questions. Let me know if you need healing or if you need a message as well. I got my Shaman's Oracle deck out here, but this is really your time for you. But today I was really thinking about, most people don't know how to help themselves or how to take care of their body. We're always taught to follow someone else, follow their recipe, and it never works out quite right. What I really try to do is get people in touch with their divine essence. And it does take a little work to get through all that head trash, all that debris. The women I worked in didn't feel peace until a half hour into the session. That's how much debris I had to burn through, if you will. Because this feeling of peace tells me they're aligned to their spirit, their soul. Once you're aligned with who you really are, without that mental interference, then the body can begin the self-healing process. The really difficult self-healing, like lupus, fibro, MS, cancer, these kind of ailments. Uh, is that is that Kia? Is that the name I see there? Kia. I see Facebook user. If there's a message for me, please. I see Kia. So we'll go with Kia. That's what I see there in the message. So let's do that. So I got my deck out here. So it's really interesting when I do these healing sessions. I never know what to expect. It's always a little bit different. But let me see what the message is here for Kira. Let's take a look. For Kia. Let's see. Oh, very interesting. We got the promise card, the conflict card, and the tradition card. All right, so if you're the way I can relate this, so I can relate this to a few things based on what I was talking about would come along this way. If you're following the traditional path, it's going to create a lot of conflicts because the traditional path is these mental expectations from others that you must do it this way. But it's causing a conflict because within you, you know you need to go a different way. So the traditional path is that you follow someone else and that they know what's best for you. Or you believe that they're the knowledgeable ones, they know what to do, so you follow them. Or even if you're reading a book and directions, like this doesn't seem right, and it's creating this conflict because you're not listening to yourself. And the promise card here As if you want to make your dreams a reality, you can't follow a traditional path. You have to follow the path of you. You, your spirit, your soul, your consciousness will make that dream a reality. So if you have a big goal, a big dream, don't follow the traditional path. Don't look to a coach, a mentor. Look within yourself. Sometimes you see some of these business coaches out there, and they're saying, get 6 figures by doing this and this and this. And what this reading was saying is, no, don't do any of that. Follow your path. And that usually works out for most people, is to follow your path. Their recipe isn't quite right, or their recipe to health. I see a lot of people following Dr. Joe, and they're not healing because they're not following their recipe. They're not following their insights, what feels right to them. They just do, create more stress, more expectations, and that doesn't work out. So I see, hi Sam, I would love a card. I need a name on that. Otherwise, I don't know, because in Restream, I don't see names when I'm in groups. I'm also not a big fan of duality too. A lot of people talk about like masculine, feminine energy. I'm like, okay, how's that going to help them? Is it going to add more concepts, more mental busyness? Is this masculine energy, feminine energy? It doesn't matter. It's just energy. And let go of these rules, these concepts that are not serving you. Just march to your own path. Oh, hey, Karen, sure. Let me give you a message here. Well, let's take a look. Wow, really interesting. Okay. So we're getting the fear card, the illusion, and the courage card. Really interesting here, Karen. We got to talk about this a little bit. Is there kind of mental stories right now that are creating fear, a doubt, disbelief in yourself? Because that's what I'm seeing. That's the illusion. That's the story. And the courage is reminding you to walk through that story. It's just an illusion. The doubts, the fears, the judgments, the criticisms, all this mental stuff is fake news, if you will. It's the illusion. And we got to walk through that. Like if we want to live life on our terms, we can't follow the mind. We have to follow our heart and walk through that. Oh, old stories I shared today with a relative. Okay, yeah, so it's the old stories maybe that created some fear, some self-doubt, maybe some judgment, some criticism. So I'm saying that's just the illusion. That's just where you were at that point. You're not there now. The mind loves to relive the past. And we just need to walk through all that mental stuff. Yeah, I just need to. That's really hard for a lot of people to see it as the illusion. That when we have all these fears, these doubts, this disbelief, they seem so real, they seem so present. But then we say it's just a story, it's the illusion. We can always walk through that. Like I always had all these stories. You have MS, it's for the rest of your life. You have bipolar, it's the rest of your life. You have arthritis, rest of your life. They're just stories. And conventional wisdom says they're incurable. Well, if you find somebody that has cured them, they're not incurable. You can find plenty of people that have healed MS, healed arthritis, healed fibro, healed cancer. You can find a million and one things that people call incurable. And you'll probably find someone that has healed them. There are some incurable things, but there's very few. Not as many as the media and the society would let us believe. Um, and the body does some interesting things. The body does what the body does. We get this weird energy going through the body. But we can balance it, we can bring it into harmony. Why won't people believe that everything is curable? Because they're consumed in head trash. They don't believe their own insights, their own wisdom. And we're constantly told that it's incurable. Or we're constantly told that we have to battle, we have to fight. And the fight against cancer is the worst thing you can do for cancer. It is absolutely the worst advice. You don't want to fight, you don't want to battle, you want to relax and become in alignment with who you are and march into your own drummer to find that way. They don't believe it's curable because they've been told, they trust what they've been told that that's not curable, that's not fixable. It's a bunch of nonsense. There's very few things that are incurable. Very, very few things. Oh, hey, Chris. Good to see you. But yeah, it's really the incurable story. There's not enough out there. Not enough people sharing their story because a lot of people will never become free of their story of medicine. Some people have diabetes for the rest of their life and they die from it, not thinking that there's an answer for it. But diabetes is an autoimmune disease. There's other ways to correct diabetes besides diet and insulin shots. Getting rid of the head trash. Okay, so let me see. So Chris, let me do a message here for Chris, then kind. And let's take a look here. All right, this is for Chris, then we'll do kind. And I'll just continue to do my rambling. Oh, okay. Wow. All right, Chris, I really like this. Okay, I will answer that. That's a very good question. Why do people trust doctors? My sister is so pro MDs. She thinks I'm stupid. Her daughter is dying of liver failure. She believes doctors because that's what we're taught. We are taught that you're sick, you go to a doctor. You got to change that. That's the way it is. Doctors know best. Sometimes they do, but not all the time. All right, so this is for Chris. I really love this message for Chris. Ancestor and memories. Message from a past loved one. The message is enjoy life and exile. Remove yourself from anything that's not allowing you to enjoy life. So, Chris, the message from your loved one is enjoy life. Remove yourself from anything that's preventing your enjoyment of life. These doubts, these regrets, this shame, thinking that you could have done something different to help them when they were here. What I'm feeling is that you've done all you could have done. It was their time. I'm just feeling a sense to just enjoy life. Let go of the past, enjoy it here. And let go. The exile is really removing from all the stuff that takes away your enjoyment. Now, let me do kind, then I'll answer that question. I really want to dive into that more. Why do people trust doctors? Oh, I trust doctors, and I was just getting sicker and sicker and sicker. Let's see, kind. Okay. Okay, we got the illusion card again. Illusion, the dreams, and the gifts. So the illusion is all these self doubts, all this self criticism that you don't have abilities, you don't have gifts, you're not worthy enough, you're not deserving, you don't have the right credentials, you're not the right age, you're not the right sex. All these mental stories keep going and going and going. What they're reminding you is that you're getting some insights through your dreams, some messages, and maybe pay more attention to them. And then your gifts. You have gifts, you have abilities. We're all spirit. We all have the same gifts and abilities. It's just a matter if they're practiced and refined, but we all have raw gifts. It's just a matter of just developing them. And maybe you're getting some insights through your dreams on how to develop them. And also, it could be the illusion that you don't have abilities and gifts. So you need to let that go. So people trust doctors implicitly because that's what they're told. The doctor knows best. Call the doctor. You're not feeling well, call the doctor. take medicine, take pills, whatever it is. Look at all the advertising on TV. This medicine does this, talk to your doctor. This medicine does this, talk to your doctor. This medicine does this, talk to your doctor. It's continuous, it's nonstop. It's, but you're much better served if you say, what's best for me? Not what they say outside me, what's best for me. You know, her daughter is dying from liver failure. Yeah, it's really sad, you know. It reminds me, what's coming to me is like, I saw this cancer patient in the hospital. You know, she was really days away from death. It was cancer metastasized to her whole body and the brain. It was everywhere. And I walked in, I saw her. She really had like a day or two left. I spent about 90 minutes getting rid of all these mental stories and debris and all this kind of nonsense about cancer and what the doctors were filling her up with and all this craziness. Well, she lived for another 5 years. It seemed like their big milestone for her, if you will, was to see her son graduate. When her son graduated, her health faded, then she faded. But I think that was a real motivating factor for her was her son and seeing that milestone. But she got to see that milestone because I got rid of all that junk and nonsense that was killing her in a way, if you will, was really bogging her down. I'm sure the doctor was saying, well, you probably got a little more time left. Say goodbye to your loved ones. I mean, she was really, really dire shape when I saw her. But I spent 90 minutes. We cleared the head trash. We sent in that divine love and got her out of that space and into another good few years of her life. I know she's really enjoying life for 3, 4 years, really good and healthy and happy. But after her son graduated, she sort of went on a decline. That's how life goes sometimes. But yeah, it's just programming. Everything in life is about programming. It's not we're born with this knowledge. We're not born with going to see the doctor. It's instilled in us. It's taught in us. Can you bring back someone with brain damage from fentanyl who's in a wheelchair? That's a very good question. I don't know the answer. My feeling is they are spirit. They are not touched by the human experience. They are soul. They are not touched by the human experience. Depending on what their spirit and soul path is, they could recover from this. There's no story that this must take them. That's what I'm feeling. I'm feeling that all is possible. So, so this person that has brain damage with fentanyl in a wheelchair, I honestly don't know. I would be curious to merge with them my healing practice and see what happens, see what I feel, see if there's any chance of recovery. But I know the spirit and soul with them is perfect, not touched by this experience. Yeah, suicide is really bad. We get into all these mental stories that life isn't worth it, life isn't deserving. Suicide, that energy is really, really difficult. It's a very difficult energy. You can't see your light. You're just consumed by darkness. Yeah, fentanyl's really bad, but and my youngest son's dad struggles with fentanyl addiction. Yes, it's there's a way out of that. There's a way out of that addiction. That they're willing to stop the addiction. A lot of people that are addicted are not willing to stop the addiction. it serves them on some level that they might not even be aware of. From an earlier hurt or an earlier trauma, hard to say it's their life journey. Yeah, they have to be willing. They have to be a willingness to try a new way, a new path. And it is difficult for them. They do have to be willing. So I saw more cards here. If there's anybody or any questions, it's more like feels like a just talking and just have a conversation. But there's so many things that are possible. Like I have no idea what's going to happen when I connect to someone. I just do my best and we will see. I work with people on high levels of pain. And after I'm done working with them, the pain's gone. Sometimes it comes back, it doesn't stick for whatever reason. So then it's just an indication that the head trash is pulling it back in. So I can clear the pain and it's coming back in. I brought everything back into balance. And it tells me the head trash is bringing it back in. Because there's something really physically wrong with the body, I would be able to completely eliminate the pain. But I've had a few cases recently where I was able to stop the pain completely. Now, one came back in a day, and one came back in 2 days. So it just tells me we just have to do some head trash work. And then eventually it will stabilize. The pain-free will be there, regardless of their diagnosis. Recovering from the flu. I see I love a card Sam, a Facebook user. I don't see a name on that. So let me know who that was. I love a card Sam. I'll connect to you. Recovering from the flu. It's been rough. If you're trying to recover from the flu, listen to my daily mental showers. Listen to my healing meditations. They will clear flu. Oh, hey, Casey. Yeah, I have worked with people with COVID that do those meditations and they get relief. Because once again, get the head trash out of the way, get in tune with your spirit, your soul, and allow that to do the healing. So, Casey, see what I'm feeling for you. Okay. Well, let's take a look here. Oh, wow. I pulled this so many times today. Ancestor memory. It's a message from a past loved one on fear and guidance. They're just telling you your fears, your self-doubts, your self-criticism is false. It's not real. And just to trust your own instincts, trust yourself implicitly. You get a hunch, trust it. Your spirit is 100% correct 100% of the time, for it's connected to all that is. There's no mistakes coming from spirit. We have to be aware of the mind, though. The mind will trip you up and you can think it's spirit, but it's not. There's a knowingness that comes with its spirit information to trust. Okay, so yeah, when you're dealing with the COVID, flu, anything, you really want to get into alignment with spirit, soul. You don't want to figure out how do I heal this, how do I heal that. It's just mental busyness. It becomes a form of head trash, and it usually makes healing slower or blocks healing. So it's really about getting in tune with your spirit, your soul, your consciousness. And a good way to do that is the daily mental showers or one of my meditations on YouTube or in my groups. I think I have close to 80 meditations out there now. Yeah, I think I have around 80 meditations out there. Last I looked. So there's something out there. Just find one that feels right to you to walk through that COVID and flu a little bit quicker, if you will. All right, I'm just going to see if there's any more questions here. We're coming up on a half hour. So, any more questions, any more readings? Anybody need a healing? Oh, actually, I don't know who this is as we come from the flu, but It doesn't matter. I can tune in who has flu. Ah, Casey. Okay, Casey. Oh, yeah. I sent some energy. Let me tune in to Casey real quick. Just wrapping Casey in this divine love. The whole body's glowing in this pink energy, removing all that stuck energy and darkness. And that will help. All right, I'm not seeing any more questions, comments, anybody asking for a reading. So I guess I'll wrap it up for tonight. We'll be back next Friday. You can always schedule private time with me as well. Um, I'm doing more direct healing now, but I am seeing in some cases I need to clear out that head trash as well. So I do a little combination of both. All right, well, take good care of yourself. Have a good weekend. Go celebrate yourself. Go enjoy life. You are alive. Everything is possible. Good. The calm is where you want to be. When you're feeling peaceful and calm, then the body can heal itself. And all will be well. Yeah, so Casey, yeah, just reach out. We can do a little more work on that. I think you're going to be okay. Allow your soul, your spirit to step up, if you will, to take care of anything that's remaining. Stay calm, and everything will fall into place. All right. Take good care of yourself. I'll talk to you soon. I'll see you on Monday with Soul Messages with Lori. All right. Take good care of yourself. I'll talk to you soon.